Hey, good morning Sandra and Nathaniel. This is Braden from Pacific Toyota here in Cairns. Thank you so much for your inquiry. Congratulations on your new Toyota Landcruiser 300 Series sitting here in front of me for only $124,990 drive away. Absolutely awesome car. Can't wait to take you through it. Bit of a reminder, of course, obviously Pacific Toyota here in Cairns. So we're lucky enough to have two massive big pre-owned yards up here. So I'm currently standing at 235 Mulgrave Road. You can see our Toyota Lexus showrooms up the hill there, service departments down the road, and of course we're lucky enough to have another location up at 77 Mulgrave Road there too. We get some absolutely awesome cars just like this Land Cruiser. So the whole idea of this video is going to take you through as much detail as I can, all the service history. So locally owned, and literally the only service has all been done through us, so it doesn't get much better than that. So of course all drive away, so that $124,990 is all your stamps, your transfers, that's everything all included for you. Incredibly tidy up across the roof there. I'm going to try and go through as much detail as I can for you. So no chips or anything like that through the windscreen either, as you can see. Pretty tidy as we come across the actual bonnet itself. Very clean as we come through there. Sort of not just a tiny little... No, that's coming off. That's coming off with my finger. So they just get a little bit dusty, obviously sitting up here on the front row. Just a little tiny little hairline mark just there, right on the very edge, and just one there as well. You can always talk to the guys at the back, see if they can get that a little bit of a polish and see if that might come out for us, but it's something we can always have a crack at. So being a GXL, you've got these beautiful alloy wheels down here. I did turn these out because I wanted you to see behind there too, so pretty much brand new tyres sitting there. And as you can see through the wishbone, suspension, right through there to the chassis, is pretty much brand new, looking incredibly clean through the inside there, and obviously down to the so again just a couple of little very small little marks just there on the front, but to be honest with you, if you guys are going to get a bull bar on this, you're not even going to notice those because that's going to be coming off. So a little stone chip just there. Again, so all parking sensors right across the front here, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. All your radar systems, everything's all on the inside here too, and obviously in the windscreen there too. I did want to give you a look right underneath there as well. You can see the tread on the tyres again. Very clean through there. And pretty much brand new tyres on these guys on the passenger side now. So very clean through that rim as well. And same thing just through the inside there. As you can see, pretty much brand new. Absolutely awesome truck this. They've done a very good job looking after it, which is exactly the sort of cars that we look for. Some little tiny sort of little scuffing, but I reckon again, you can't actually feel it. So I'll give it to the guys at the back and see if a little bit of polish can clean that up. Obviously just sitting here on the front row, we get people walking past and things like that, so they get a couple of little marks on them. So very tidy through there. You also got keyless entry on both these front doors, in fact all 4 doors. So you simply put your finger on that there, it's going to tuck that mirror and lock that up for you. As soon as we put the hand on the inside, it's going to unlock that for us as well. Give you that, obviously, that access to the inside. Very tidy through the inside here. A couple tiny little marks there. It looks like little drip marks from when they from the there you go. So that's coming straight off with my finger. So very clean through here, and obviously the main entrance as well. Little tiny sort of scuffs there. Looks like people just kind of caught that jumping in and out with the shoes and that. I'm not sure if you can actually see it in the light, but just that minor sort of scuffing that you always get with those. Just obviously the highest traffic area of the car, so that's always the common ones. The genuine Land Cruiser mats here as well. Very clean across the actual dash there. Beautiful setup through these guys. Across that seat. Obviously down the driver's one there for you too. And down through the back, they got that black interior. That is just the sunlight on the roof, so as you can see, there's the shadow. That is just the sunlight hitting the roof. Very tidy. So okay. Now while I'm here, I'll just quickly show you that. So all your logbooks, history, everything's all in there. Your manuals, it works. Like I said, so its first service has literally just been done through us. So 2023 at only 15,000 kilometers. So being a 2021, obviously that's exceptionally low kilometers. And full Pacific Toyota service history, so can't ask for better than that. As we come down, so again I'll just give you a look on that side step. Same thing underneath. Very tidy through there. down to this last wheel for you as well. Through the chassis, obviously. Very tidy. So again, you've got that same keyless entry stuff on the back here, so all 4 doors you can sit there and do that too. So you just get the keys in your pocket. If you've got kids and stuff like that, you can simply, you don't have to worry about trying to fish out the keys through the bags or anything like that. Child lock's just there for you too. The release is just there. And again, electric windows the whole way around. Little tiny scuff there, looks like someone jumping in and out of the car might have just done that. So there's a little tiny little mark there. Again, just those common ones that I was saying on the entry point there. Just those ones. So the genuine floor mats the whole way across. Awesome setup for the kids. So we've got all the aircon controls, USB ports down the bottom, accessory plugs, all the aircon vents and everything here too. And you even got access into that little console there from the back here as well. So really good setup for the kids in that. Now you've got a 60-40 split with these seats. So as you can see, you've got this little handle down the bottom here. So that's going to drop that down, lift that whole thing up. And then from the other side, we can do the same thing again. So this obviously gives you a massive amount of room to jump into those back seats here. And as you can see, those ones are up. The headrest is, so you simply grab this little lever here, push that up, into place, grab this one out from the bottom here, and that's it now in place. Those headrests will then fold up into place as well, and that is it. So really nice and easy. A little bit of scuffing just on the inside there, that plastic. Looks like kids might have been sitting in the back and just been sort of leaning up against that kind of thing with the shoes and that. But other than that, very tidy through the inside here. You've got aircon vents. These obviously go flat like that. You've got 1, 2, 3 child anchor points through here. And aircon vents, drop down handles the whole way right through to the back as well. So awesome family cars. Keep coming around for you. A few releases on this side. I'll show you where that is. The actual plug is lever is once we jump inside. Very tidy through the actual back here. Now those windows aren't tinted, but again, that's all stuff we can do in-house for you. Rear parking sensors across the back. We've got 4 of those guys. Little tiny. No, that's just coming from my finger as well. So I'll try and give you a bit of a look down there as well. So our tow bar is hidden behind that one. That simply just pulls out. We've got the tow bar in the back seat at the moment, just because they're not very good for people's shoes, and they look a bit better with that plastic there, so we leave that all there for you. So tools are under there for you. On the inside of that one. A little bit. And then of course over this side here too. And that's your little jack hidden under there too. So all those little compartments for you. Little tie down points all through the back, so you got 4 of these little guys tucked away. We've got a little inverter there too, so the 20 volt there. And of course, like I said, all your aircon controls, everything all through the back. So to drop these seats down, you've got these little straps at the top. Sorry, I was using the wrong hand. So that one on the left hand side there drops that down. Same thing again on the right, drops that down. That little strap actually just drops the headrest, and that's it. So like I said, you got tie down points up there. A little bit of wear again, like I was saying, from obviously just having kids in the back. But besides that, the rest of the car is absolutely unreal. And like I said, 1, 2, 3 child anchor points across the back. You can adjust the pitch, as you can see. I left that like that so you can see. You can adjust the pitch on those back seats as well. Makes everybody nice and comfortable. Got little USB ports in the back here. Same thing again. So just an awesome setup for the family and kids and stuff like that. Little tiny bits of wear just on the actual plastic. Obviously people jumping in and out through the back. A little mark just there as well. But nothing too bad. And same thing just on the inside of the doors. Little tiny bits of marks obviously. So pretty tidy across the actual back itself. As we come down. So a little tiny little mark there, but again I reckon a little bit of polish might clean that out. But if any of these bother you, let me know, and it's all stuff that we can have a crack at. So finally just that last wheel. That's just a little bit of dirt, that's all coming off with my fingers. Again, like I said, pretty much brand new tyres there as well. You can see the spare tyre in the back there, so a brand new one there as well. And finally, through the last passenger's door, that's the tow bar I was talking about. Nice little case for you. And through the inside here. Such nice interiors on these guys. I'm such a big fan of these new cruisers. So down here, little tiny mark there. The inside of the drivers. Again, those little ones, like I said, it's just from the I'd say from when they've done the arm rolls, she sort of dried a little bit. Nice controls are all here on the driver's side, so we got the mirror controls, so left and right side of the car, you just adjust that little toggle as you need to. I've got the option to basically power fold those mirrors in, so you can tuck them in from here as well, not just locking the car. Central locking and window controls, and of course your window locks there for the kiddies there too. Like I said, little scuffs and stuff like that just on that main entry point there too. Same thing, just those sort of common ones that you always see on there. But very tidy through the actual inside itself. So 2 genuine keys, of course, the Landcruiser Toyota keys, so the central locking on both these guys as well. It's always a good thing. So we're going to jump in. So we'll start it up for you. So down at the bottom, bonnet release is just there, and the fuel one's just on the right hand side. I'm going to pop that bonnet because I do want to show under there before we finish up. So the ignition button, you've got to have your foot on the brake. Gives you a little reminder on the inside just to tell you. Like, foot on the brake and push that one. And that's him. So nice and quiet little motor there. Obviously with that 3.3 turbo diesel. Close this up because it's a little bit hot outside at the moment. Turn that radio down for you. Alright, so only 15,233 kilometres as it sits right now. Like not due again for another service until end of this year, or 20,000 kilometres. So about a quarter of a tank left in there. I'm sure we can sneak a little bit of fuel in there for you too. But obviously no engine lights or dash lights or anything like that either. Up on the actual steering wheel itself, so you've got most of your controls up here, makes life nice and easy for down the bottom there. Different little sub-menus are all controlled from this little fella here, and the left and right from that one. So as you see, we can jump between those different little menus. We jump out of that, so we got obviously a little bit that one. Driver change, get out of there, so we can go between different drivers, so different personalisation settings and stuff like that. And of course, obviously your digital speedometer, so average fuels, all your safety stuff, whatever's playing on the radio, any little notifications, all your little trips, all your personalised stuff for what sort of safety features you like, the whole works. So that's all controlled from up the steering wheel right here for you. You can also answer the phone call, change the volume and things like that. On the right hand side is all your cruise control options. You've got adaptive cruise control just up there as well. So adaptive cruise control is fantastic. Basically you run the normal cruise control and it basically mirrors itself off the car in front of you. So you've got a couple different settings that you can do. Sorry, that one there. A couple different settings that you can do, and basically like close, far, near, and depending on what sort of roads you're driving on. So if you're out in the country, you can set about sort of 30 meters back. It's going to basically follow the car in front. As they brake, the car will brake, and as they accelerate, it will too. So it just basically sets that distance, and you can monitor. You can change that distance as well. So one of the best things ever. Lane departure there as well. So if you start to drift out of the lane, it's going to beep and it's going to gently pull you back into the road as well if you're not paying attention. And of course, just jump between your different radios and AM, Bluetooth, all that sort of stuff from up here too. On the right hand side of the steering wheel, whole heap of blank switches down here. So if you want to put light bars and all that kind of stuff down here, you've got the switches there to do so. You're not putting holes in the actual dash itself. Automatic high beams there too. You've got an automatic setting for the headlights there as well on the right hand side. And all your wipers and everything on the left there as well. Huge big touchscreen display up here. So as soon as we put that into reverse, you'll see those little cameras on the back there. So you've got two different sort of setups here. So you've got the blue lines, which are always stationary, like that. So basically, if you're reversing into a car park and you get the white lines, you want to line those blue ones up with it every time, and you're going to be pretty much central perfectly every single time. The yellow ones basically change with the steering wheel. So as I turn the steering wheel, they're predictive, so it shows you the direction you're going to travel. So if it's other cars or poles or anything like that, and they're within those that yellow line, it means you're pretty much going to hit them, and you're going to have to stop at some point. So really nice reverse camera there, huge big screen. As soon as we jump out back into park, that one comes up as well. So big touchscreen display. Every time we push this home button, it's going to bring us to here every time. We have the ability to do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all those sort of stuff as well. You simply plug your phone into the USB ports, they'll come up automatically. It's one of the best things ever because it's all updated versions of your sat nav and everything like that as well. It's a pretty cool little setup. This little menu button though is going to bring you to these ones here, so you can jump straight into the music side of things, straight into your phones, your contacts, everything like that. That's the Apple CarPlay link there, and all your personal settings there as well. Otherwise, again, you can jump straight to all that stuff from here as well. So real nice and easy, nice big button, so while you're driving, it's pretty easy to use. Down here's all your climate stuff, so fan speed in the middle, where you want them, how much fan speed you want them coming out of, where you want them coming out of, so for windscreens out the back, all that kind of thing. We've got the temperatures, so totally independent for the driver's side as opposed to the passenger side, and that is not actually flashing, that is just the camera on the Samsung's trying to pick up that screen. There you go, so I put that on the right angle. Just because they're all LCD screens, it makes them look like they're flashing. Don't know why they do it. rear aircon control. So if it's just you guys driving in the front, you can turn those ones off, save a bit of fuel, so it's not wasting air at the back of the car. I'll just move this out of the way so you can see. Heaps of storage at the top here. You've got all your USB ports down the bottom, so they're all hidden away. We've got a touchless, a cordless charging platform to your phones as well, so you put your phone on that, and as soon as that little yellow light goes orange, you'll know it's charging. Otherwise you can just turn it off as well. So if you've really thick phone cases, can mess with it sometimes, but most of them will work perfectly fine. Back into park for you. Electric handbrakes down the bottom here. All your full drive options are there, so we also got a constant full drive with this fella. So I'll just straighten that up so you can see it. So if we then push this down, this is the full drive going from 4 high to low 4. That's going to beep at you. It's going to tell you that you're 4 low and everything's coming off as well. It's not liking me because I got that bonnet open at the moment, but basically all your traction control, everything's going to turn off once we do that. There we go. So I'll put it into neutral. So there you go. So traction control, all your mitigation, everything's all turned off. So that's for the hectic full driving, like creek crossings, beaches, sand runs, hill climbs, any of that sort of stuff that you're doing. And then of course you just simply push that back up. You'll hear it engage, and that all turns off. So no more locking in the hubs like they used to in the old days. We've got all your center diff locks, crawl controls as well. So downhill basically controls for the speeds for the. It's like a cruise control for coming down hills, big slopes. Different little mode there as well for the full drive side of stuff, and then of course your actual mode control here too. So as we go in there, so because we're in full drive, so we got sand, mud, deep snow, all that sort of thing as well, and then all your just normal ones, so sports, normal mode, and eco there as well, all controlled from this little dial just there. So jump in full drive, like I said, deep snow, mud, all the full drive stuff, and then turn that one off to go through the normal ones there. So really, really awesome setup, especially while you're driving. It's just nice and simple stuff. It's very, very easy to use while you're driving. Your little DPF control is down there too, the little manual burn button there as well, so all the recalls have been done for that too. Otherwise, pretty much, that's just about it. Like I said, drop down handles the whole way around, adjustable seat belts on obviously both the front seats here as well. Massive big handles there. We've got the big visors with the lights. Same thing on the driver's side. It's all working. That's your little microphone up there for your Bluetooth. Other than that, I'm going to leave it running for 2 seconds because I do want to show you under that bonnet before we finish up. Sorry to drag this one on a little bit, but just wanted to show you through as much as we possibly could. So it's all up on struts, so you can do that one-handed. Very tidy through the inside. Obviously the 3.3 turbo, just twin turbo motor. Fluids and everything down the bottom there too. Such an awesome car. So guys, congratulations again, and yeah, can't wait to hear feedback soon. Thanks for watching.